Where we at? Well, right now, launching our procurement 2011. You know, pardon the phrase, but there's been a lot of water under the bridge on this project. I can guarantee you it is not a bridge to nowhere. It is a bridge to somewhere. It's a bridge to our resources. 2011 is our procurement. 2012, we hope to be in contract. We hope in 2013 you're driving moorings during the off-season because the driven piles can't, we have some limitation on driving piles during the beluga time. And then we also have a lot of onshore work to be done. So we're hoping by 2013 we have this thing started. And then we're hoping by 2016, again, that's the engineer in me, 3 years to build it. So in 2016, we're hoping to have a ribbon cutting on it. Partnering opportunities. Strong political and public support, greenfield, credit-worthy project, you know, mature project. I made this comment in the governor's office about 2 or 3 months ago that right now Alaska has a lot of projects in our glass ball, in our future. Gas line, bullet line, LNG facilities, hydroelectric. Out of all the projects, though, this is the only project that we have a record of decision on the table. And we are moving forward with that record of decision. We're moving in the right-of-way. We have a reasonable schedule and procurement ready. We also see this as an opportunity for Alaska to enter into a public-private partnership and to use the knowledge that we gain out of this P3 process to move forward with other P3 opportunities, from road to resources, which you'll hear the governor speak about, to hydroelectric projects, to potentially a bullet line or other type infrastructure. This is coming from the west side to the east side. I don't know why we always show snow, because we don't always have snow, but someone said you got to show snow on the mountains. But this is based on the 8,400 foot of span. This would be low tide. As you can see, the caps and stuff are showing. Off to your left here is Elmendorf Air Force Base, which is now Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson. Very secured base. They have the F-22 fighter squadron there. That's the other reason the bridge is low profile. Airspace requirements related to Elmendorf Air Force Base. This is a port of anchorage. It actually shows it with the build out, because they're currently in the build out phase. Our road is back along the bluff, goes around those trees, and then it heads into Anchorage. 90% of our freight comes to here. This is how Alaska survives. There isn't a lot of freight that's trucked from the lower 48 to Alaska. Port McKenzie's there on the left. The bathtub is full. Like I said, twice a day that bathtub empties.
Now with the record of decision, we need a good private sector partner to finance, build, maintain, and operate the bridge. We look forward to your support.
If I was an investor, a young man or a company that had money and wanted to invest in the future and bring back great results to your stockholders, I'd invest in Alaska in a heartbeat.
Okay, with that, I'd like to go ahead and introduce Senator Menard. Senator Menard's husband, late husband, was a senator. And 20 years ago, he was supporting this project as a senator and worked on this project. This project has been talked about since before statehood, in the 50s and 40s. And so Senator Menard actually took her husband's position when he passed away. Senator Menard is on the International Trade Committee. And that is not a private sector committee. That is a trade committee set up by the legislature to promote our trade with Japan, Korea, China, Asia. As I said earlier, we have a $4.2 billion annual trade that goes out of Alaska. She has a motto. She says, "Get it done." I hear it all the time. Get it done. I like to hear that. She has a psychology degree, which I can tell you from being down at the legislature, she needs it working with her co-legislators, particularly on the House side. Correct, Senator? And she also chairs one of the state's legislators' important committees, and that is chairs the Legislative Council Committee. And that's made up of the leadership of both the House and the Senate. And through her efforts and her leadership and through her connections both on the House and Senate side, I'm confident that we will get either her Senate bills through or Representative Newman's bills through this next legislative process. Senator?
Thank you very much. And first of all, allow me to say good afternoon. And I want to properly thank you all for attending this industry workshop, the P3s. But no one really gave Mike Foster a good introduction of what his background is. And I'm not going to belabor this too long, but I want you to know I've always had a saying, your project is only as good as the person behind it. Most of you should have known that the Red Dog mine went in. It's the largest zinc mine in the world, and Mike was the engineer on that. So he owns 4 different companies. He's probably one of the most successful young businessman in the state of Alaska. So that's who was addressing you, even though he didn't get a proper introduction on his bio. But again, I believe you're here today to listen, learn, and engage in what I consider to be one of the top legacy projects in the state of Alaska. We're talking now about something that, as Mike Foster has indicated, my husband started in 1968 as a young wife. I came to Alaska, and I settled in Anchorage, which I thoroughly loved, and he insisted that we buy a homestead in Wasilla, Alaska. And yes, Wasilla, Alaska is the home of Sarah Palin. I know her quite well. And so I agreed to that because he said, "Don't worry, Linda, there's plans. There's being some studies done by Wilbur Smith, who is Grant can tell you of this to be true, that there's going to be a bridge, and it's only like 1.5 miles then from Anchorage. You can still play bridge with your friends over there." So you know how many years ago that is. And, you know, as fate has it, I never really sought after. I was very comfortable being a 12-year school board member in our community. But people come up to you and they say, "I want you to run for senator." And so life has its twists and turns. So here I am. I am, as Mr. Foster mentioned, one of the Senate president has anointed me to be on the board of KABATA. So I'm very enthusiastic about it, and I did put in a bill called Senate Bill 80, which will guarantee that we set up a fund, a KABATA fund, and it certainly will clarify that there is a contract with KABATA with the state of Alaska, and it will make sure and very clear that there won't be property taxes on the bridge or the facilities. So those are important things. The House has a companion bill, and I'm of the age I could care less if the House bill gets through first or if my bill gets first, but I just really want to get this bridge built. It's a wonderful project, and someone out here in the audience are going to be the lucky bidder. And with that, did you want me to say anything else, or I don't know what else? I just want you to know, I guess I would close that Alaska has extreme weather, extreme terrains, but extreme beauty. And I'd like to have a show of hands. How many have been to Alaska? Excellent. There's only 3 or 4 of you that haven't. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.